Hello everyone, thanks for coming outside with me today. It's July here in Pennsylvania, and that means everybody's getting excited for trail camera season. But with the excitement of trail camera season and looking at all those beautiful bucks coming into velvet, also comes the realization that you might have a camera get stolen, and not just on public ground. And of course, you've probably seen it too. Everybody's tried every single different thing they can possibly imagine to try to keep their trail cameras safe, but really any sort of cable or lock or padlock or some sort of system like that, it can be broken into and your camera can get stolen, or just worse, sometimes they actually just break into your camera and take your SD card. So I do a fair amount of hunting on private land that's open to the public or public land here in Pennsylvania, and so I've had to come up with my own way to get my trail camera out of the way of other people. It does help a little bit that I'm tall, but it only includes resources that you probably already own if you're a tree stand hunter, or if you probably don't own it already, you should own it. The three pieces of equipment you should own as a tree stand hunter are a harness. This is just a cheap one that came with my tree stand. That works just fine. Also, I have two segments of rope. One is typically my lifeline, and the other is my lineman's belt. Now, this isn't a tutorial about how to make a lifeline or a lineman's belt. There are plenty of other resources here on YouTube, but these are the things that I use. They're super lightweight. They're super easy to carry in the woods to help get my trail cameras, my money, my hard-earned cash out of the way of people who would want to steal them right off the tree. So the concept of hanging a trail camera is pretty simple. Take your camera and lash it onto a tree. Most people put it around belly button height or even lower. That's easy pickings for a trail camera thief. So for me, my goal, I'm 6'4", I'm pretty tall. If I can get it above 8 feet in the air, ideally 10 to 12 feet in the air, I'm probably gonna make my camera safe. Probably those thieves are not looking up, and also I can get a better angle of the trail or the field or whatever that I'm trying to capture in order to get game on film. So to start, I'm going to get the foot stirrup made that's going to go around the tree, that's going to elevate my position so I can get up and put a trail camera up at that height. One end already has a pre-made loop. I'm going to put a loop here in the other end as well, but I want to leave it untied right now because I don't know the diameter of the tree that I'm going to be putting it on, but I'm just going to start with this loop end here. My loop down here at the bottom, I want the bottom of the loop to come right around my belly button or maybe my belt buckle. And I want to make the loop down here big enough so I can put my boot into. So I have my stirrup line about head height here, good tether. I don't want this tether to be too long. I could have made this loop longer to accommodate different girths of trees, but if you put it clear up here and this foot stirrup's 4 or 5 foot long, you're gonna see here in a second why I like to keep it shorter so I don't swing too far around the tree. The next step now is taking my lifeline and attaching it to my vest. Now I'm not getting that high off the ground, but an 8-foot fall or 6-foot fall is still an 8 or 6-foot fall. So I like to loop it just like you would loop any other lifeline. It's just girth hitched around the tree. I try to get it as high as I possibly can reach. Notice how I have both this line and this line on this side of the tree, but I'm actually going to end up working on this side of the tree. You'll see how that works in a second. I actually want to face in the direction I want to point the camera, but work on the other side of the tree. Now I have my top lifeline and my foot stirrup, and now I can start working my way up the tree to get the trail camera up there with me. I just attach the tether to itself and I lay it around my neck like a necklace. So you don't want the foot stirrup up too high because I got to put this through my foot on my boot now. Try to get up the tree. One hand on the tree, again I'm going to have my camera that way. Put my boot in. Now I'm going to keep this seam on this side of the tree and push to the other side with my foot. That way I can just push off and lift myself right up the tree. Okay, I'll do it again. Come down here again. This side is on this side. If you put this on the other side of the tree, you're going to spin around the tree and fly right off, okay? And I have it here. My foot's on the opposite side of the tree. And push off and up. And now I'm up in the air. And now I can sit here and spin on one foot. While holding onto the tree, I can now move my lifeline way up high. And again, I know this is not a far fall, but you can still break an ankle from 3 feet off the ground. So it's always a good idea to have that attached. And I feel very secure with my foot, my bottom foot against this tree. I can put my other foot against it. I've kind of made an L with my boot. I'm very stable against this tree. If it's looked like this is difficult, it's not. I'm very uncoordinated. And I can do this with relative ease. So my goal is to get up to where my lifeline is right now. But now I have a higher view of this area over here. I can see so much more, and it's well out of the way of all the criminals that might want to try to steal this trail camera. So now getting down is just reversing the order, and we'll take my tree tether here, my lifeline, and bring it down here with me. Now this is the part that is a little sketchy. This is why it helps to have that lifeline when you're fumbling around. But coming down, I'm trying to come down so hopefully I don't kill myself. I can unhook my foot, hold on here. Again, I want to put what is my right foot with the direction of the camera so that way it bites into the tree. The strap bites into the tree and I don't go flying around the tree. So again, foot towards where the camera's pointing. Step right down. Foot out of the stirrup, and I'm safely on the ground. And now my trail camera is a solid 9, almost 9.5 feet in the air. I dare anybody without any sort of utensils or materials to be able to do that, to try to steal this out of this tree. So of course I'm not saying this is the perfect method, the best method, it's the easiest method. Probably the easiest thing to do if you had a climbing stick, which I don't know, but if you had a climbing stick, you'd probably lash that to the tree, it'd be a lot faster. Or if you're allowed to use screw-in steps, but we're not allowed to use screw-in steps here on public land in Pennsylvania, so this is the best option for me. And once you get used to kind of angles and the heights of everything, this becomes super easy. You can put a little stick segment or a pine cone in your pocket, or if you use specific wedges that you might make at home out of something, you could wedge that in the back, cinch it to the tree, turn the camera on, climb down, and just walk away. Everything's set to go. So I hope this video is informative for you. I hope you click like and share. If you have any questions for me, please do ask here on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. You can always send me an email as well. Hope you're able to get out and enjoy the sport of archery hunting. If you so choose, definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation regardless of how many bugs you might be swatting. And we'll see you next time.